We've got updates to live chat triggers and conversation AI bot, along with the image editor, the calendar widget, and more coming up in this week's weekly breakdown right now. All right, first up, we now have triggers available off of an incoming live chat. So whereas before live chat was kind of a new feature, they didn't yet have that developed yet. Now you have the ability to trigger a workflow automation off of a live chat. Specifically where this is gonna come in handy is those of you that wanna implement a chat bot on your website, inside your HighLevel account for you loan officers, for those of you guys, you branch managers and you sales leaders that are looking to implement something like that. You now have the ability coming in and inbound live chat will trigger a workflow, which means now you can add them to your conversation AI bot, have it take over the conversation from there, along with other things that you can do as well from that incoming live chat, but that's the biggest one in my opinion. All right, next up, speaking of conversation AI and chatbot, we have some improvements in this space. And now I'm gonna be focusing on providing updates in this space a little bit more because we now actually have a use case for this. Now, granted, we generate a lot of leads, okay? We generate a lot of leads via Google Ads for our clients. We manage about 100 grand a month in Google ad spend. That's been as high as 150 grand a month in different market conditions. We do a lot of Google Ads management for lead generation specifically. Well, even us with the volume of clients that we have doing a high volume of lead generation, we've been very, very apprehensive about jumping into AI. And the reason why is because AI right now is very popular. It's very buzzy. It's very new. It's not very developed. And most of us can spot an AI when we need to, like, we're playing with people's paychecks at the point that we start implementing AI before it's ready for it. And these maybe 2 years ago in those market conditions, right? Maybe in the COVID boom when we were all worried about efficiency for the sake of being able to close more loans, that would have made sense. Obviously, at this point, that's not the environment we're in. We've been very hesitant to roll out any sort of chatbot for our clients that are paying us to manage Google Ads for them. Well, that hopefully soon will be changing. We have a couple clients that are on board with piloting this, clients that spend a lot of money, clients that generate a lot of leads and have a lot of experience closing loans with this. So we're excited. We're going to be hopefully rolling out the test for that within the next week or two. So you'll be hearing more from us on this conversation AI functionality. That being said, this update is essentially just improvements to the ability to train your bot. So the update is now being able to index multiple URLs at a time, whereas up to this point, if one is in process of indexing, you're not able to add more. Apparently that has been improved. And I think now you have the ability to perform bulk actions with the using conversation AI, like have your bot perform bulk actions to your contacts, I believe. So we'll be paying more attention to that. I just read it. I haven't tested it out yet. So stay tuned. More on conversation AI coming your way. All right, next up, a couple improvements for calendars. The new calendar, they call it Neo calendar design. If you go into calendars, you have the option to choose a design, whether it's Neo or Classic. The Classic view is there, it's preserved. It doesn't give you a lot of functionality to be able to tweak and change stuff, but when they rolled out the new design that does give you that ability to tweak that stuff, they wanted to preserve that for those that wanted to keep it. Well, now the Neo design now has gotten an overhaul again. Apparently this is a big improvement. I went in, tested it out. It's smooth, it's fast, it's intuitive. There's not a lot of having to double click on stuff, whereas the current calendar designs, you have to click, when you're selecting a time, they have to select the time, and then they have to click a button that says select date, I believe is what the button says. And so that's super redundant and just kind of not a great experience, right? And so the improvements there are welcome. We're excited about them, but nothing earth-shattering or groundbreaking. And you've got to go into labs and enable this. And so as a reminder, I haven't talked about labs in a while. There haven't been a lot of labs features talked about in the last month or so. But as a reminder, if you guys want access to any of these new features that I'm talking about, most of the things that I talk about are going to be something that are enabled in labs first. Now you can access this by going into your account, going to settings, and then going to labs. right? And then enabling the toggles that you want to enable there. We do not do this by default for our clients right now, and there's a reason for that. This stuff is beta features, right? Some people are into trying out the new stuff, some people aren't. Typically, HighLevel will keep this in this category for at least a month, if not 2 months, and sometimes longer, to be able to test the feature, work out the bugs with people that opt into that, so that you don't necessarily have to get disrupted in your workflow without consenting to that. So sometimes that'll happen anyways, but at least in this case, it's gonna happen a little less. All right, speaking of calendars, we now have the ability to show appointments in a user's time zone. So whereas before, the location time zone was set at the account level. So the time zone would be set at the account level, and then if you have employees that are accessing the same account, or teammates, right, users in your account that are accessing the same account from a different time zone, it wouldn't be able to acknowledge that. And so basically everybody's seeing it from the same time zone, the one that's designated at the account level. Well, now you have the user time zone that will be used to show you show you times inside the account based on the time zone that is defined at the user level. It sounds like, from what I'm reading, they might be even sunsetting the account time zone feature altogether. I'm not sure. So with this, you're gonna wanna make sure that your user time zone is defined. Just go into settings, go into team, or my staff, I believe is what it says actually. Go into my staff. You can go in there and make sure that your users all have the correct time zone. All right, next up, an update to the form builder. The form builder now supports a multi-file upload field. Typically, I'm not talking a lot about the form builder, a lot about the survey builder, but they are doing more and more to make this a solution that potentially could allow a broker to have their own proprietary process for collecting documentation, right, without having to pay for another tool. Now, granted, I think a broker, with access to Arrive, I don't think that there's a lot of need for this, but some people are into very customized stuff, and being able to have a form that has the ability to upload multiple files, whether it's documents that we're collecting from the borrower, signed disclosures, whatever it is, that is pretty cool in my opinion. So I wanted to share that here. All right, next up, kind of a weird one. I brought it up before when I first saw it. I'm gonna bring it up again. It's the image editor. We now have the ability to edit images, like actually edit, change, mark up the image, crop, etc. Like an image editor built into HighLevel. Still not sure where they're going with this. They've made a few updates to it. Again, I don't want to say it, but because I hope it's not true. But it's almost like HighLevel wants to create an alternative to Canva inside of a HighLevel account. Again, I hope it's not true. Canva's a really sick tool in a lot of ways, and they have a huge jump start, but at the same time, I've been proven wrong multiple times by HighLevel, hoping that they don't go into a feature. They go into that feature, they crush it. We use it, our clients use it, so don't take my opinion there, but that's just what I think. All right, last up, this is a cool feature. This is more of like a visionary feature. This is more of me excited about what this means for the future of HighLevel in the mortgage industry potentially. And what this is template sharing. We now have the ability to create a landing page template inside of our HighLevel account and then share it with other HighLevel accounts, and by generating a link to that template and sharing it to other people on other HighLevel accounts. I think this is pretty cool. I think this is a really cool potential as far as like the peer-to-peer sharing of not assets necessarily, but like designers, right? Like if we had a network of designers, if we had a network of copywriters, a network of landing page builders, developers, right? If we have a network of those people that work within the mortgage industry and know the mortgage industry, that has always been something that's been on my mind, or not always, but at least for the last few years. And this, I feel like, is a cool step in that direction. The ability to go in, design your landing page, not be an agency administrator, but just be somebody that has a sub account, create a design and share that design, whether it's just in a network or you're selling it, whatever it is. I think that's cool. I don't know a ton about it yet. It's new. Again, I just kind of wanted to share that as just share that vision that I have with you. And for those of you guys that are interested in being a part of that, please continue to be a part of this community, continue to watch these videos. I'm missing you guys on the Zoom rooms, but I promise we've got a better alternative coming up within the next, I don't know. It's gonna be soon. It's gonna be as soon as we can. We got a lot going on right now, a lot going on for our elite members. Check us out, empowerlow.com. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at the top.